In the gluttonous, oversaturated, and biologically decaying landscape of 2026, the modern human is suffering from a silent but catastrophic tragedy. We are literally drowning in our own cellular waste. Dr. Thorne is here to tell you that by eating every few hours, and by bowing to the god of constant glucose, you have effectively deactivated the most powerful, ancient cleaning crew in your entire biology. Your cells are no longer the lean, high-functioning, high-voltage machines they were designed to be. They have become cluttered, inefficient, and suffocating landfills. They are filled with broken proteins, damaged mitochondria, and metabolic debris that has nowhere to go. This is the stagnation trap. When you are constantly in a fed state, your body never, not for a single second, gets the biological signal to clean house. In this 58th chapter, we are initiating the recycling protocol. We are going to stop adding to the pile of rot and start burning the trash to forge a superior, unyielding version of your existence. Understand the staggering biological price of your constant consumption. Your cells possess a mechanism of breathtaking elegance called autophagy, literally translated from the Greek as self-eating. It is not a disease, it is a sophisticated, primordial process where the cell identifies its own damaged components, breaks them down into their elemental parts, and uses those raw materials to build new, vibrant, and resilient structures. But here is the catch that the modern food industry hides from you: this system only activates under the pressure of nutrient scarcity. By living in a world of endless snacks, late-night meals, and artificial abundance, you have locked your cells in a state of permanent construction with zero cleanup. You are trying to build a skyscraper on a foundation of organic garbage. Dr. Thorne demands that you recognize constant hunger not as a threat to be avoided, but as the master key to cellular immortality. To thrive in the toxic era of 2026, you must learn to let your body consume its own weaknesses. Silence the kitchen, so the cell can speak. The modern world wants you thermally neutral and constantly fed, because a man who is always digesting is a man who is easy to control. When your internal recycling centers are offline, you become a biological consumer in the worst sense, accumulating junk until your system inevitably seizes. This accumulation of cellular trash is the root cause of what they call aging, but Dr. Thorne calls it negligence. The recycling protocol is the first step in reclaiming your biological purity. We are not just talking about losing a few pounds of fat, we are talking about molecular purity. We are talking about becoming a creature that is perpetually self-renewing, a creature that thrives while the rest of the world is buried under its own metabolic debris. The sovereign human understands that true luxury is not the next meal, it is the clarity of a clean cellular environment. How does the recycling sovereign actually operate on a subcellular level? It is through the master management of two opposing biological switches, the mTOR and AMPK pathways. When you eat, mTOR is high, signaling the body to grow and build. This is necessary, but in 2026, the mTOR switch is stuck in the on position. Conversely, when you fast, the AMPK pathway takes the lead, acting as the molecular broom and the architect of destruction. This toggle is the most important switch in your entire biological hardware. During the peak of autophagy, your cells create autophagosomes, microscopic, double-membrane trash bags that hunt down zombie proteins and misfolded junk that lead to brain fog, chronic inflammation, and the rapid decay of your DNA. This is metabolic alchemy at its finest. You are not just losing weight, you are upcycling your very foundation. Dr. Thorne's protocol is not about the crude concept of starvation, it is about strategic deprivation. We are forcing the cell to look inward for fuel, and the cell, in its infinite wisdom, chooses to burn the broken, toxic parts first. It is a biological Darwinism occurring within your own cytoplasm. Modern medicine is obsessed with treating the symptoms of aging with expensive, synthetic chemicals, but Dr. Thorne gives you the purge. By mastering the autophagy window, you are performing a deep tissue, molecular renovation every single day. You are clearing out the amyloid plaques in your brain that cause neurological decline, and you are dissolving the fibrosis in your organs that limits your vitality. This is why the sovereign human appears younger, sharper, and more vibrant than his peers. He is literally made of newer, recycled parts. While the masses are accumulating cellular rust and biological plaque, you are polishing your molecular gears through the fire of the fast. A cell that can recycle itself is a cell that is fundamentally resistant to the decay of time and the poisons of the environment. You are turning your physical body from a consuming sink into a self-refining forge of high-voltage energy. Consider the proteasome, the cell's internal shredder. When autophagy is active, this shredder works at triple speed, breaking down proteins that have become oxidized or glycated by the sugar-heavy diets of the modern world. These damaged proteins are like gum in the gears of a clock. If you don't clear them out, the clock stops. The recycling protocol ensures that your biological clock never stops ticking because it is constantly being rebuilt. Dr. Thorne insists that you view every hour of hunger as a cleaning cycle for your brain and your heart. Every growl of your stomach is the sound of a zombie cell being dismantled and repurposed into a youthful, high-functioning defender of your health. You are not empty, you are being purified. You are not starving, you are becoming lethal. Autophagy is not a random, accidental event, it is a designated strategic operation. Dr. Thorne's fasting architecture requires you to move far beyond the shallow, mainstream 16:8 trends that have been diluted for the masses. To reach the absolute peak of the recycling protocol, you must reach the metabolic switch point, the critical moment where your liver completely exhausts its glycogen stores and the autophagy intensity triples in every organ of your body. This is where the real biological magic happens. This is where your immune system begins its stem cell reboot. When you deprive the body of external fuel for a prolonged, sovereign period, you are effectively firing the inefficient, aged employees of your immune system and replacing them with high-voltage, youthful defenders born from your own bone marrow. We are reclaiming the sovereignty of the void. Imagine your body as a high-performance, precision race car. If you never stop the engine to change the oil, flush the fluids, or clean the carbon deposits from the cylinders, the car will eventually seize and fail. The recycling protocol is your mandatory, non-negotiable pit stop. By creating a 24-hour sovereign window at least once a week, you are allowing your body to perform the great cleanup that it has been denied for years. You are giving your lysosomes, the cellular digestive systems, the undisturbed time they need to dissolve the senescent cells, zombie cells, that pump out chronic inflammation and age your neighbors prematurely. This is biological housekeeping on a subatomic level. We do not fear the empty stomach, we welcome it as the herald of a cleaner, more efficient, and more lethal biology. In the silence of the fast, the cell finally finds the resources to repair its own DNA. This architecture also demands a circadian alignment. Autophagy is naturally higher at night, provided you haven't spiked your insulin with a late-night meal. By stopping your consumption at sunset, you amplify the nightly lymphatic wash of your brain. You are allowing your neurological system to recycle the metabolic waste of the day's thoughts and stressors. The sovereign human understands that his most productive hours are not spent eating, but spent in the clear state of the post-absorptive phase. He wakes up not hungry, but recharged, because his body has spent the night burning its own waste to provide high-octane ketones to his brain. He has escaped the blood sugar roller coaster and has stepped onto the platform of metabolic stability. While the prolonged absence of food is the primary trigger for this cellular revolution, the recycling sovereign uses chemical accelerants to deepen the purge and maximize the efficiency of the cleanup. Dr. Thorne introduces the autophagy mimetics, natural, potent compounds like spermidine, resveratrol, and the specific bitter polyphenol found in wild, dark plants. These substances act as molecular whiplash, intensifying the signal for the cells to start recycling even when the fast is just beginning. They trick the cell into thinking it is in a state of even deeper scarcity, forcing a more aggressive breakdown of cellular junk. But the most powerful catalyst of all is high-intensity physical stress during the fasting window. Short, explosive movements force the body to demand energy immediately, accelerating the uncoupling of mitochondria and the rapid breakdown of damaged proteins. You are not just waiting for the cleanup, you are aggressively managing the process through deliberate action. This is systemic sovereignty. You are no longer at the mercy of your blood sugar fluctuations or your appetite because you have mastered the ancient art of endogenous fueling. You are literally burning your own physical waste, the very things that would eventually cause disease, to power your brain, your heart, and your will. In the cluttered, overfed, and cognitively dull world of 2026, the recycling sovereign is the only one who is truly light and nimble. He carries no biological baggage and no metabolic debt. His cellular integrity is absolute because he refuses to let the rot of the modern diet settle in his temple. He understands that luxury is not found in the dopamine spike of a sugar-laden meal, but in the crystalline clarity that comes from a clean, high-voltage cellular environment. He has effectively snapped the consumptive leash that keeps the rest of humanity tethered to the pharmacy and the food court. Furthermore, Dr. Thorne emphasizes the role of autophagic hydration. Drinking pure, structured water during the fast helps to flush the broken-down proteins and toxins out of the interstitial space and into the lymphatic system for final disposal. Without this fluid pressure, the trash is bagged but remains on the curb. You must become a master of your internal plumbing. You are not just fasting, you are systematically flushing your entire biological machine. This is why Dr. Thorne's protocol is superior to simple calorie restriction. It is a full-spectrum purge that cleanses the blood, the lymph, the cells, and the consciousness simultaneously. You are emerging from the fast not smaller, but purer. As we conclude this 58th transmission of Dr. Thorne's longevity secrets, I want you to take the vow of the recycling sovereign. This is not a casual experiment, it is a total commitment to your biological legacy and your future self. From this day forward, you will stop treating your body like a metabolic trash can and start treating it like a temple of high-efficiency engineering. You will embrace the clean hunger as a sign of progress and the sacred void as a place of healing. You will master the toggle between growth and repair, ensuring that no damaged cell, no misfolded protein, and no rusted mitochondria remains to sabotage your future potential. You will recycle your weaknesses, you will burn your metabolic debris for fuel, and you will transform your physical vessel into a self-cleaning, high-voltage engine of peak human performance. In a world that is suffocating in its own excess and rotting from within, you will be the one who is pure, light, and indestructible. The transmission of the 58th is complete. The recycling protocol is now fully integrated into your biological awareness and your strategic mindset. Go out into the world and experience the raw power of the void. Let your hunger be your most diligent broom and your discipline be your hottest forge. And when the world wonders how you remain so sharp, so youthful, and so energized while they struggle under the crushing weight of their own consumption and chronic inflammation, tell them you have mastered the ancient art of the purge. This is Dr. Julian Thorne, ending the broadcast for the architects of the new biology and the titans of 2026. Stay clean. Stay sovereign. Stay lethal. The cleanup has begun, the trash is burning, and the future belongs to those who have recycled their past to build their future. Farewell for now, you molecular titan. We will meet again in the deep, cellular layers of the next protocol. The forge is hot, and the cell is new.